Chapter 369. Divine Beast Ugly Ball. I can't stop it, but someone else can, the War Elder said indifferently. Who? Elder Shura sneered. Me. An ice-cold voice came out abruptly. And then the void shattered as a magnificent figure slowly stepped in and appeared in front of Elder Shura. Looking at this sudden arrival, Elder Cultivator's eyes stared. Then he took a deep breath and said in a cold voice, "Your heavenly Tao sect has really secured the Kangxia hegemony blood." Elder War did not speak. Instead, it was the one who had suddenly arrived who coldly said, "This seat's disciples. If they are killed by someone of the same rank, it's fine. But if others dare to bully the small with the big, they will be paid for in blood." Good. Elder Cultivator snorted coldly at his words. Then he tore through the void and instantly moved away. At the same time, a voice came out, "Law enforcement, ... among the righteous paths. I, Shura, only respect you and the Devil Buddha. This matter will give you a face, ... in the starry sky." The law enforcement elder nodded to the War Elder, and then both of them instantly moved away. Land of Kings, Killing Sea. Kangxia used his god to control his sword, fusing the Tao god, sword intent, and his innate domineering aura. The three merged into one, which was God's Chop. The Divine Slash was the third blade technique of the hegemony blade that Kangxia had created after the heaven-breaking and sublime slash. And this blade technique had begun to be brewed when he had been promoted to the exhumation stage. In the end, it was only until the great completion of the outbreathing stage, and then that 10 years of seclusion, that Kangxia finally perfected this move. As everyone knew, a Tao god at the outbreathing stage was equivalent to a second doppelganger, which could help the main body in battle. But equivalent to a powerhouse like Demon Heaven, the help of a Tao god was very limited. As early as when he was fighting with Zhuanggang, Kangxia was thinking about how strong it would be if he took the power of the Tao god and transformed it into his own power. It was with such an idea that Kangxia created this move, God Slash. The Divine Chop was very strong. It could be said that it was Kangxia's strongest move in terms of attack power at the moment, and it was also his bottom card, if it wasn't for the fact that Demon Heaven was too strong. It wouldn't have forced him to perform this move. As the spectators of this battle, those cultivators in the Killing Sea Hollow, at this moment had the honor of seeing this peak blade of Kangxia. As this blade was killed, Kangxia's body's surface burned with sky-high purple flames. That was the vision of his body's true essence boiling, and he urged this blade with all his might to collide with Demon Sky's strongest blade. The two of them were separated by more than 100 feet of space and chopped each other's slashes. The slashes traveled across the sky, tearing through the void and colliding in the alien space. The arcane of killing. Kill, 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 kill. Demon Heaven roared. The whole person was completely crazy. The agreement was to split the victory in 3 moves. This was already the second move, and it was still his strongest move. Maybe some people doubt why the Devil Sky's second move to cast a desperate move. That's because the Devil Sky will be the third move. As the last desperate card, if the second move is not a big gap between each other, then the third move. He will burn his life to cast a forbidden aptitude, but also to win this battle. Force Quake, 1024 times. Devil Sky put up a fight. Kangxia also didn't dare to slacken off, while splitting out the God's Chop. The Force Quake also erupted at full strength. This addition was like splitting out 1024 God's Chops, and the entire Killing Sea sky was shrouded by countless blade-ons. Devil Sky, despite the full power of his sword, was also forced to retreat at this moment, and finally his eyes were ruthless, and he roared, "Force Quake, ... double quotes this hiss, the heavens shook." The Devil Sky completely exploded his own bottom card. In addition to the Arcane of Killing, he comprehended the Arcane of Force. At this moment also added on top of the Devil Blade, making the power increase even more. After the increase in power, Devil Heaven unexpectedly blocked Kang Chon's God Slash, and the two sides fell into a stalemate. Hey, what's going on? After feeling Demon Sky's steeply increased power, Kang Chon's eyes stared and was filled with doubt. Then he probed out with his divine thoughts and investigated in detail. Only then did he feel a familiar power being added on top of Demon Sky's demon blade. It's the Quake of Force. I didn't realize that he had comprehended the Quake of Force in addition to the killing arcana. Kang Tia was incomparably shocked in his heart, once again sensing the terrifying nature of Devil Sky's talent. This was a genius powerhouse that was evenly matched with him. At the same time, Kang Tia was also very fortunate that the Quake of Force comprehended by Devil Sky had not reached the Great Perfection realm. Otherwise, with the addition of the two great arcane mysteries, he would definitely be able to break through his divine slash. It's a pity, Devil Sky, if you cultivate the Quake of Force to the Great Perfection realm and come back to challenge me again, there's still a slight chance, right now, humph. Kang Tia coldly snorted. His body's true essence violently erupted, like a shocking wave, pouring into the divine chop, attacking Demon Sky with all his might. On the opposite side, Demon Sky also did not slacken. His body's true essence similarly erupted and stalemated with Kang Tia. In the air above the killing sea, everyone who was watching the battle stared at this scene with unblinking eyes. At this moment, the void between Kang Tia and Demon Sky was filled with destructive blade storms, and all around them, they were covered in these terrifying storms, making it difficult for others to step into them. The two of them were thus frozen with each other in the middle of the storm, clenching each other's teeth and fighting for a final victory. I absolutely cannot lose this time, Devil Heaven roared in his heart. And even though maintaining peak attack power for a long period of time caused his flesh to overflow with blood, his battle intent was sky high, and he didn't give in. This was the third time he had fought Kang Tia. If he failed again, then the blow to him would be very great. He would never allow this failure. Even if my flesh collapses, I will still win. Devil Heaven was completely insane. His fleshly body was starting to crack under the strong pressure, and the black heavenly devil blood had already stained his entire body. Such strong perseverance. It's a pity you're going to lose on top of your flesh this time. Looking at the demonic heaven in front of him, who still did not budge, Kang Tia did not have the slightest worrying in his heart. Instead, a victorious smile appeared on his face. He was also subjected to strong pressure, but he possessed a fleshly body at the level of a top-grade treasure artifact. So despite the heavy consumption, he suffered very little damage. If he continued to drag on, Demonic Sky would definitely fail due to the collapse of his fleshly body. The outcome of this battle was already doomed. In the air above the killing sea, two figures were frozen in a storm of blade onings. They were none other than Kang Tia and Demon Heaven. At this moment, what the two were competing for was no longer strength, but perseverance. Devil Heaven seemed to be a bloody man. The terrifying pressure from overloading his body's true essence had caused his fleshly body to suffer an unprecedented amount of heavy damage, and it was gradually collapsing and bleeding. However, even so, the battle intent in Devil Heaven's eyes did not weaken a bit, as he clenched his teeth and continuously catalyzed his body's true essence, pouring it into the Devil Blade, resisting Kang Chon's divine chop. On the opposite side of him, Kang Tia wasn't very easy either. Although his physical body was powerful, the amount of true essence in his body was a little less than that of Demonic Sky. It wasn't much in a short period of time, but after a long time, this disadvantage would have very serious consequences for him. Almost forgot that his cultivation has reached the peak of the 9th level of the outbreathing stage realm. While I only have the 8th level of the outbreathing stage realm, the content of true essence is much less than him. Looking at the opposite side of the Devil Sky, who had become a bloody man, Kang Tia was both in admiration and scorn. As one of the top 10 special bloodlines in the cultivation world, the power of the heavenly devil's body could be imagined. And geniuses like Wuxia, Li Yuanba, Li Qianzhao and others in the past would not be a threat as long as they had lost once in his hands. But this devil heaven was different. Despite having lost to him twice, it still posed a threat to him. Devil heaven's talent isn't much worse than mine, and more importantly, his heart is terrifying. Having stepped out of the shadows of defeat twice, I'm afraid his will is even stronger than mine, Kang Tia secretly said in his heart. For the first time, he felt pressure from a defeated general, but he wasn't afraid. Instead, he was very excited. In life, wouldn't it be a pity if one had no opponent? Devil Sky, I will leave you alive today, and when we are at the stage of merging, we will fight again. Kang Chon's eyes exploded with essence. A heavenly battle intent surged. At this instant, the Kang Chia hegemony blood in his body boiled. A vast true essence rolled out, causing the power of God's chop to multiply. Boom! An explosion rang out. Devil Sky steeply felt the terrifying power rushing from the opposite side. A trace of shock and despair appeared in his eyes, but in the end, he roared and went completely crazy, actually using his flesh and blood to meet this terrifying power. Boom, boom, boom. In a series of explosions, Devil Heaven's entire body flew backwards. His clothes had long since turned into flying dust. But there was no spring light leaking out, as his flesh had long since been skinned and white-boned, with barely an inch of it intact. At this instant, the entire killing sea was silent. Everyone looked at this scene in shock, their faces filled with horror. Defeated. The Devil Dao's first genius in the Land of Kings had been defeated. This time, the battle between the Righteous Dao and the Devil Dao. The Righteous Dao had won. The battle between the Heavenly Dao sect and the Devil Dao sect. The Heavenly Dao sect had won. The battle between Kang Tia and the Devil's Sky. Kang Tia won. Failure, failure, failure. It was already the third time that he had failed. This severe blow caused Devil Heaven to almost faint, but he managed to pull through with his strong perseverance. Grounded in the void, Devil Sky took a deep breath, his eyes staring deathly at Kang Tia. Slowly took out a golden token and drank. Kang Tia, the third move need not be tried again, you win. As these words were uttered, Devil Heaven's body trembled and almost fell. After coming out from the spirit sealing space, he had continuously cultivated for revenge, almost forgetting his sleep and food, and his entire person had completely become demonic. But even so, he ended up losing twice, one time more miserable than the other. At this moment, the unwillingness in his heart was like a flood, impacting demonic heaven's will, causing his body to resist trembling. However, he still gritted his teeth and insisted on standing upright, his eyes staring deathly at Kang Tia on the opposite side, as he coldly said, Kang Tia, according to our agreement, this Dawnbreaker immortal order is yours. Telling the origin of the golden token in his hand, the entire killing sea sky immediately resounded with a ragged gasp. Everyone stared with fiery gazes, staring dead on at the token in Devil Heaven's hand. If it wasn't for the fact that Kang Tia and Demon Sky had shown too much strength, I'm afraid that at this moment, someone would have already rushed out to grab the immortal order. In the Land of Kings, there was no one who didn't know what the Broken Dawn immortal order represented. It was the inheritance of a powerful loose immortal, and it was of immeasurable value. Devil Heaven has really kept his word. Looking at the dawn-breaking immortal order in Devil Sky's hand, a trace of joy flashed in Kang Chon's eyes. The three dawn-breaking immortal orders had finally been gathered, which meant that he could enter the dawn-breaking immortal mansion and obtain the inheritance of the dawn-breaking scattered immortal. Kang Tia, I will definitely defeat you next time. While Kang Tia was secretly excited, Devil Heaven threw out the dawn-breaking immortal order in his hand, and the immortal order instantly transformed into a golden light and came towards Kang Tia *******. Immediately, Devil Sky tore through the void and instantly left. Kang Tia slightly glanced at the devil sky, did not go after him, but stretched out his palm, ready to catch the breaking dawn immortal order that ****** came. In the air above the killing sea, some of the spectators saw Devil Sky leaving and also began to leave. But there were also some who stayed, their eyes staring at the broken dawn immortal order, their gazes filled with greed. These guys seemed to still want to snatch the immortal order. Humph. Feeling the fiery gazes coming from the ***** surroundings, Kang Tia smiled coldly. His divine thoughts had already communicated with the blood blade, ready to strike at any time. He didn't use the blood blade in this battle, otherwise with the power of the extreme treasure artifact, Demon Heaven would have been defeated long ago.